If you have ever been filling up your tank and noticed a strong smell of raw gasoline hanging in the air, or maybe your check engine light just popped on after a visit to the gas station, you might be dealing with a P0453 code, which basically means your car thinks the pressure inside your fuel tank is way too high. Your vehicle is designed with an EVI system that captures fuel vapors, so they can be burned in the engine instead of floating into the sky as pollution, and at the heart of this system is the EFT or fuel tank pressure sensor, which acts like a tiny gauge reporting back to the PCM. When this code gets stored, it means the sensor is sending a signal higher than 4.5 volts, which is way outside the normal operating range where you would usually see something around 2.5 volts at atmospheric pressure. One of the most common reasons for this is actually overfilling your gas tank, because when you keep clicking the pump after it stops, the liquid fuel can get into the vapor lines and mess with the sensor readings or even damage the charcoal canister. You should also check the wiring, because a broken ground wire or a short to voltage on the signal line will make the computer think the pressure is off the charts even if the tank is fine. I always recommend doing a wiggle test where you use a scan tool to watch the live data, while you physically move the wires near the sensor to see if the voltage jumps around, because that is a classic sign of a frayed wire or a loose connector. On some cars, this sensor is part of the fuel pump assembly inside the tank, which makes it a bit of a pain to reach, but before you drop the tank, make sure you check the gas cap and the vent hoses for any blockages. If you unplug the sensor and the voltage on your scan tool stays high, then you definitely have a wiring issue in the harness, but if it drops down, then that sensor has likely shorted out internally and needs to be replaced. It is a bit of a ghost code because you usually will not feel any change in how the car drives, but that annoying light will stay on until the PCM sees the correct voltage again. So grab your DVOM and start by checking that 5-volt reference signal to see what is really going on under there.